The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Well, hello racing fans, and welcome to Van Wert, Ohio, the Van Wert County Fair, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. 8 races today. We're just minutes away from first race post time on Veterans Day here at the Van Wert County Fair. We'll open things up today with the 2-year-old Colt Trot. First of 2 divisions for $6,458. If you have a program and following along with us at home, Drew Neal will drive the 2, Nellie Up. Drew Neal to drive number 2, Nellie Up, in this afternoon's first race. You can go to harnessracingohio.com to print a program off, always 1 hour before post time. That's harnessracingohio.com.
Already got some passport
The
stuff.
representative of Darris Carpet Care, trackside after the first race for the trophy presentation.
Here we go. Turn Bill down a little bit. There we go. We're all set. We got our passports. Don't forget, still got time to pick up your passports and get a stamp. And then when you're out at the county fair, stop by. We'll give you a sticker to put on your passport, and you'll be all set. We'll have some great prizes for everybody at the end of the year.
Other action today, we're followed in a half hour from now at 12 noon. The Stark County Fair in Canton has 8 races today. Hancock County Fair in Findlay, 6 o'clock post this evening. That's at Findlay at 6. 10 races. Tomorrow, only one fair going on. That's at Burton, the Cuyahoga County Fair.
I'll be there.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
You get around. Canfield, Saturday the 31st, 11.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Monday the 2nd at 11.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Wasion, Fulton County Fair, Saturday the 31st at 11:30, and Tuesday, September 3rd at 6. And I'll be there both of those days. I'm sure Matt Clark will be joining me there.
I think you forgot Marietta, didn't you?
Marietta, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Richwood Independent Fair, Sunday the September 1st at 11, and Monday on Labor Day. This is at Richwood. Monday, Labor Day, September 2nd at 1. Richwood at 11 on Sunday, 1 on Labor Day. Marietta, the Washington County Fair, Sunday, post time at 1, on Labor Day at 1. So a lot of action coming up on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Racing Network. As we mentioned, we'll open things up with a 2-year-old Colt Trot today. A field of 5. Number 1 is Typhoon Tony. Dan Veneer drives and trains, owns a partnership with Schuberger Racing. 7 starts this year, has a win, 2 seconds, $5,319. Was a winner 2 back at Napoleon in 2:08 and 1. The 1, Typhoon Tony. Number 2, Nellie Up. Drew Neal will pick up the drive for trainer Ryan Miller. This 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Muscle Up was a $9,000 Buckeye Classic purchase a year ago. Has 10 starts, 3 wins, 4 seconds, 2/3. Pushing $20,000 on the year for Nellie Up. A winner at Troy, 2 back in 2:04. That's where Nellie Up took his record. 3, last rail standing, Scott Bateson for Matt Waltz, the 2-year-old Bay Golden son of Long Tom. 5 starts yet to hit the board, $1,000 in earnings. Last time out at Hicksville, finished 4th, beaten 19 lengths, trotted mile in 6-3 for last rail standing. A big improvement from the start before that. It was 19-4 at Attica, so big improvement there for last rail standing in his last outing. 4, Silverton. Rosie Weaver trains and drives, owns a partnership with David Jury, the 2-year-old brown gelded son of Marseille. Was a $34,000 yearling purchase, has 9 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, a third, $20,906. A winner last time out at Hicksville, 204-4, the 4, Silverton, and driver Rosie Weaver. And rounding out the field, 5, Hydroplane and Henry. Greg Bateson drives for Brian Boring. The 2-year-old Brown Gelding by Marseille has 8 starts on the season with a win, 3 seconds and 2 thirds, $11,802. 208 at Oak Harbor, about 6 back. Last time out at Hicksville, finished second, just beaten a half length, the mile in 204-4. And Hydroplane and Henry was defeated that last time out by number 4, Silverton, who will slide in right below Hydroplane and Henry. So the 2 favorites would be coming from the outside post, but you look at the odds board, the favorite now at 1-5. The fans' choice is the 2, Nelly Up, and driver Drew Neal.
This is Veterans Day here. They had a ceremony earlier at 11 o'clock with the raising of the flags, and the veterans are all down. You can take a look and see in that blue and white tent down there. They are being fed today by Gibson's Barnyard Barbecue. They did 250 last year. They were hoping to feed 300 veterans today. Tommy Gibson and his wife of Conroy are the owners of the business. Now, Tommy's father was a first cousin to Raymond Gibson of Monroeville, Indiana, who is the breeder, owner, trainer, driver of a horse you're familiar with by the name of Rambling Willie. Monroeville is just a few minutes from Paulding and Van Wert. And the only other fair that they set up their trailer at, they do have a restaurant in Convoy, which is about 10 miles west of Van Wert near the Indiana border. So
You suppose if I went down there and told them that I called Rambling Willie's first race, I might get a free sandwich?
Well, they'll at least shake your hand.
They might shake.
I don't know about the free sandwich, but I remember being here a couple years ago. I did my food report on Gibson's Barbecue, and it was very, very good. And I'm going to have to grab one of those on the way out of here after we're finished today for sure. I guess we had a track record here a couple of nights ago, the last race.
Yeah, overall track record, 55-4. But we actually had 3 track records. They tied the record for the 2-year-old Pacing Colts, 58 and a piece, and I think 3-year-old Trotting Colts was also broken that evening.
I will have to go back and pull those and then get them up and get ready to go. It looks like we're set for the post parade.
Pemberville, Ohio, John and Leanne Saunders of Castle Rock, Colorado, and Schuberg Racing of Marathon, Florida, trained and driven by Dan Vinier. Number 2 is Nelly Up, all by Miller Racing Stable of Greenville, Ohio, Horseplay Racing Stable of Grove City, Ohio, Paul Hirschberger of Pennsylvania, and Ed Marin of Dayton, Ohio, trained by Ryan Miller, the driver Hank Levan. Number 3 is Last Rail Standing, owned and trained by Matt Waltz of Clayton, Michigan, the driver Scott Bateson. Number 4 is Silverton, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City and David Jury of Bucyrus, trained and driven by Rosie Weaver. At number 5 is Hydroplane and Henry, owned by Ernie Ayers of Sand Creek, Michigan, and Ellen Belmore of Sylvania, Ohio, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Greg Bateson. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes.
I've been informed in the 6th race, number 5, Cheer Him On. There's a group of 15. One of the owners in partnership of Cheer Him On, Bob Eulenhag, is in Iceland, so we have a group of 15 watching from Iceland today.
It is so great when we have owners that are on the road and vacationing or whatever and able to watch our broadcast and then invite people there to watch. And it just it's a great atmosphere to enjoy the races, and it introduces more people to harness racing.
Yes, and that's how Bob Eulenhag has always been a fan of harness racing, but he really is hooked on the OHHA broadcast, and that's where he got the idea to buy a horse about 2 years ago. So
we had gotten word that it was Drew Neal was going to be driving Nelly Up, but it is Hank Levan driving Nelly Up right now. So we will get that change made here.
So Hank Levan, now the driver on the 2, Nelly Up, who is currently at 1-5. Field has completed their score. Starter Mike Wepkenberg on the backside awaits the field to make the turn, and approach the Weppenberg starting gate.
Good crowd here today for this early post time. Heat drove a lot of people away Monday night. It was just
Tuesday
stifling.
night. Tuesday night here. Yeah, it was.
What night did I say? Monday.
Monday.
They all run together. Waiting on the Mike Weppenberg starting gate to get rolling. Send it up to Bill.
Rail standing, Silverton with Hydroplane and Henry on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away at the rail is Typhoon Tony. Up on the outside second is Last Rail Standing. In at the rail third, it is Nelly Up. On the outside fourth is Silverton. And the last horse is Hydroplane and Henry. As they make the turn now, head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark. Scott Bateson has Last Rail Standing on top by 1 length. At the rail second is Typhoon Tony, driven by Dan Vinier. Racing in their third, that's Silverton, driven by Rosie Weaver. Fourth is Nelly Up, driven by Hank Levan. And the last horse is Hydroplane and Henry, driven by Greg Bateson. First quarter was trotted in 30 and 1/5 seconds. Now Last Rail Standing goes off stride. Taking over is Typhoon Tony. Moving up second now is Silverton. Moving up third is Nelly Up. Now racing fourth is Hydroplane and Henry. The last horse off stride is Last Rail Standing. Coming down to the half-mile mark. Moving up second now is Hydroplane and Henry. And the last horse is Last Rail Standing. Past the half-mile mark. That's Typhoon Tony by about 5 lengths. First half trotted in 101 and 2/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. Hydroplane and Henry is in high gear and trots up on the outside to pour on the pressure on Typhoon Tony. And Hydroplane and Henry now takes over. Dropping back second is Typhoon Tony. Moving up third on the outside is Nelly Up. Racing in their fourth is Silverton. And the last horse is Last Rail Standing. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Hydroplane and Henry with the lead. At the rail second, Typhoon Tony with Nelly Up on the outside third. 3/4 in 131 and 3/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Hydroplane and Henry with the lead. At the rail second, Typhoon Tony with Nelly Up on the outside third. Silverton is fourth as they race through the lane. That's Hydroplane and Henry, Typhoon Tony, and Nelly Up. Hydroplane and Henry, Nelly Up, and Typhoon Tony. It's going to be Hydroplane and Henry, and here the outcome. Typhoon Tony gets up for place with Nelly Up for show. A mile in 2:01 and 4/5.
So there you have the first race.
2:01 and 4. Hydroplane and Henry. Greg Bateson for Brian Boring. 2-year-old Brown Gelding by Marseille. Out of the Cincinnati Kid Mare, Lucky Roll. Ernest Dares in partnership of Ellen Bellamore owns. Second win this season for Hydroplane and Henry. In 9 starts, earning now will go to right at pushing $15,000, a new lifetime mark. 2:01 and 4, 30 and a fifth for the quarter, half 101 and 2, 3/4 131 and 3, 2:01 and 4 for Hydroplane and Henry and driver Greg Bateson.
We do have a special trophy presentation today. A special blanket for this race will also be presented by the DAV number 54 of Van Wert, Ohio.
Today is Veterans Day. They honor all veterans. Put a feed on, all kind of sandwiches and that at the west end of the grandstand, which they do every year at the Van Wert County Fair.
Now, they will have one more day of racing here on Monday. We will not carry those races. We have 3 other days, 3 other fairs that we will be at on Labor Day.
Who's that guy down there in the blue shirt?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he the director of operations of?
Pretty much so. He's the main guy right there. There he is, Matt Clark.
He
Call
gets
for
around.
The EMS has to move somewhere else for a few minutes. So just hold your horses at the barn for race 2 until we call for you.
So it looks like we are going to have a little bit of an ambulance delay here as the Middle Point EMS truck is leaving.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where all the winners go. Coming in from Sand Creek, Michigan and Sylvania, Ohio, comes number 5, Hydroplane and Henry. Owned by Ernie Ayers and Ellen Belmore. Trained by Brian Boring. And victory by Greg Basin. And Hydroplane and Henry is just...
Now we're losing Bill Peters with the audio.
It's 2-0. Brad, we have another person coming here. Brad, got another person coming. The old track record was 2:03.
Looks like we had another track record, too.
Back in 2011.
A little over a second better than that previous track record of 2:03, which was established by Tom Moore Jr. in 2011 with Jesse.
Here are the official placings for race 1 from the top. Number 1.
We had the audio working with Bill Peters. Not sure what has just happened, but we will try to get that corrected for you here.
Winner.
So if you're following at home, the 1 Typhoon 22, the 2 Nelly Up was 3rd, number 3 Last Rail Standing finished 5th, 4 Silverton 4, and number 5 Hydroplane and Henry was the winner. The mile 201 and 1, 30 and a 5th, 101 and 2, 131 and 3.
Record.
And Henry and Greg Bateson establish a new track record for 2-year-old colt trotters here at the Van Wert County Fair. Well, it's on to race 2. 3-year-old filly pace, field of 6, 1 division for $12,440. We'll be back to take a look at all 6 of these 3-year-old filly pacers right after this.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The Delaware County Fair, where history meets horsepower. Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime as the world-famous Little Brown Jug takes center stage. Witness the heart-pounding action, the thundering hooves, and the sheer determination of these incredible athletes compete for the coveted Little Brown Jug title. Don't miss your chance to be a part of history. For ticket and hospitality options, visit littlebrownjug.com. The Little Brown Jug, where champions are made and legends are born. Be there!
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Well, Frank, we're back here at the Van Wert County Fair. Tuesday evening, We had everybody on the lookout for Hank Levan. All the drivers' changes, no Hank. We looked at Northfield, no Hank. We looked at several fairs, no Hank. We looked at Scioto, no Hank. Couldn't figure out where Hank was at. Well, his wife Megan was giving birth that afternoon, I believe, to Henry Lou Levan, the newest member of the Levan family. She just posted some pictures of the baby, a cute baby. Hank is here driving today. I'm sure Megan and the kids are watching on Facebook.
Well, congratulations to the Levan clan, and a good reason not to be out driving. So we are waiting on a little ambulance delay, though. I want to tell you who we have here for our crew working the Van Wert County Fair. Our speed superintendent is Roger Wilkins, does a great job here at the Van Wert Fair. Our presiding judge is Paul Combs. Julie DeMull is our charter. Bill Peters is our clerk and our announcer. Mike Wepkenberg is our starter. Nash photo finish. And Brad Conrad is snapping the winner's circle pictures.
So it's on to the second race. 3-year-old filly Pacers.
A lot of driver changes in this one.
A lot of drivers changes, yes. 4 drivers changes. We'll begin with the 1, Robin Hill High. David Lake will drive for Brian Boring. This a $10,000 purchase 2 years ago. 3-year-old bay filly by Nob Hill High has 7 starts, a second and a third, $4,500 in earnings, $8,000 lifetime. Yet to find the winner's circle in its 2 years of racing. Last time out at Attica, finished 4th, beaten 9 lengths, paced the mile in 2:02 and 4. The 1, Robin Hill High. Number 2, West Malibu. Drew Neal is slated to drive for Brian Boring. We'll have to see if Drew is here. He was not here for the first race. He was listed on the 2, Nelly Up. West Malibu, a $45,000 purchase. The 3-year-old bay filly by Down by the Seaside. 3 wins in 9 starts with a second, 4 thirds, $13,000 this year, 159 and 1 at Attica. That is 3 starts back. 3, Hula Ray. Cole Fitzwater now will drive for Bill Webb. 3-year-old bay filly by Cheyenne Ray. 13 starts, 1 second, $3,600 in earnings for the 3, Hurricane Ray. Ronnie Gillespie will drive the 4. She's a Legend for Kent Wilcox. 3-year-old bay filly by Bit of a Legend. 21 starts, 5 seconds, 3 thirds, $15,000 in earnings. Last time out, finished 3rd at Greenville, pacing a mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. The 4, She's a Legend, and Ronnie Gillespie. Number 5, there she is again. Hank Levan will drive for Kent Wilcox. 3-year-old black filly by Do Me That Again. Out of the gun, won the West Mare. Katie's got a gun. 16 starts, 4 seconds, 3 thirds, $18,408, 156 and 3 at Scioto Downs for the 5. There she is again. Number 6 is Sadie's Dream. Clifton Bell drives for Bill Webb. 3-year-old brown filly by Racing Hill has 14 starts, 5 wins, 4 seconds, a third, $26,000 on the year. Earlier in the season, 154 and 1 at Miami Valley. Last time out at Hicksville, that was on August 21st. A winner in 2:03 and 3. That's the 6, Sadie's Dream. Current betting favorite, the 2, West Malibu at 3-5. As we mentioned, we do have a delay. The ambulance had to leave us. We don't know how far they had to go or how much of a delay it will be.
3 of these horses battling to get themselves into the Ohio Fair Championships. Sadie's Dream, the number 6, currently 10th in points. There she is again, sits one back at 11 in points, and then West Malibu a little farther back at 16th in points. The Ohio Fair Championships will be October 19th at MGM Northfield Park. $50,000 per division going vat. So that's a nice hefty purse for these fair horses.
And will they take 8? Do they want everybody on gate, or will there be a trailer?
Let's see. I believe it's going to be all on gate,
that's what
but I'm
was
not
thinking.
100% sure. Let's see if we can if I can find that out. Let's see.
And the Buckeye Stallion Championships go for just a little bit more.
75,000.
Yep. And they go October 5th to be a Grand Circuit night, I would call it, at Hollywood Gaming Dayton Raceway, where that's the night they have their big trot and the Dayton Pacing Derby. So that'll be a big night of racing there at Dayton. And talking about different pari-mutuel tracks, Scioto Downs, I believe they have 11 days left.
Highest 8. So it'll be all on
gate.
The top 8 that are point getters that are entered. And you never know what happens. I mean, sitting 10th and 11th, you enter, you may still have a shot if one of the top horses maybe qualifies for the Buckeye Stallion, decides to race there and not race in the fair, or for whatever reason may have been turned out, or the owners just decide that they not want to enter.
But talking about the big night at Dayton, which is getting ready to open, they open up, I believe, the 24th on a Tuesday, just about 3 weeks from now, or a month from now. Dayton will
Amazing
open
how
up, and they'll
quickly
go
that
Tuesday through Saturday with a 4 o'clock post. It could be a spatial post time on that big night of racing, the 5th. I do not know, but Scioto Downs, their 90-day meet is coming to a close. It will close the 14th of September. Now, a spatial day of racing at Scioto will be Monday on Labor Day the 2nd. So if you need something to do and you're in the Columbus area, Scioto Downs will be racing on Labor Day. Regular post time, I believe, at 5:52. Northfield Park, our other pari-mutuel track, they go about year-round. As we mentioned, the finals will be there for the fairs, and also the big night of racing, the Scarlet.
They will have the Super Night. That'll be on
Saturday and a Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, the October 12th and 13th, $400,000 Scarlet and Gray Champions. Scarlet and Gray Championship. If they cannot fill, if the Scarlet fills and the Gray fills, then it'll be $300 for the Scarlet, $100 for the Gray. If they only have enough horses for the Scarlet, it's $400,000 for that championship. The Buckeye Stallion Series, they will go at finals will go for $75,000, and they will race that on October 5th at Hollywood Gaming, as you said. Consolations would be the next night at MGM Northfield Park, and this Saturday at Scioto Downs, we will have the Ohio Sire Stakes Veterans Championship going for $80,000. So we're getting into the point of, the championships, and when you look at it, October is for champions in Ohio this year. You've got all three, the Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion, and the Ohio Fair Championships all take place in
And the Ohio Breeders' Championships will be featured at Delaware.
That'll be at Delaware,
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association once again will present 5 days in Delaware.
5 days in Delaware. We're kicking it off on that Sunday and looking forward to it. We'll start every day off with Trackside Live, our interview show. Then we'll do countdown to post time, and followed by the full race card. Still to be determined how many races every day that we will have there, but looking forward to that. If you are going to be in Delaware, please stop by the OHHA tent. We're right there on the back stretch, right next to the log cabin, and looking forward to seeing all our fans and our members come by. In fact, you can join the OHHA at the Little Brown Jug. We'll have membership forms there. We'll have some neat little giveaways that we'll be doing as well.
Will they be able? I know so many people about the Huff's Guide. Could they sign up and give their address for that?
Oh, they can order Huff's Guides right now if they want.
Now.
They can call the office at 614-221-3650. Get your orders in early. That way we know how many to order. Every year we sell out and we keep ordering more.
How many roughly do you print a year?
We 400, I think, maybe something like that. And then we print extras for people who, for whatever reason, didn't order one, forgot, and we have extra ones. But, so we get those done. And, and then if you become a member of the OHHA, you'll get our Stallion Directory as part of your membership. You'll get the Staking Guide as part of your membership. Our 4 issues of the Buckeye Harness Horseman magazine, which
And that partial membership, I believe, is 25.
25 for the
Yes.
associate member. Active member is 65. In fact, the next magazine is currently being finalized, and hopefully, depending on what time I get out of here and get back home where I can do some editing on it, we might have that out to the printer and then in the mail shortly. So we're looking forward to that.
So a lot of exciting things coming up, especially that week in Delaware, the 15th through the 19th. Stop by in the morning, coffee and donuts.
Oh, yep. Every morning we have
Frank
coffee,
Frost will
the
buy
donut.
you a cup of coffee.
It's free.
It's free.
But no, looking forward to Delaware. You know, it's amazing. We're into September. It's just it has gotten here so quickly. I mean, this summer seems to have flown by again. It seems it goes faster. As you get older, it goes
You got
faster,
that
doesn't
right.
it?
You got that right.
A big crowd on hand here for the Veterans Day at the Van Wert County Fair. Glad to have everybody along. You know, the Van Wert County Fair started on Tuesday, was the opening day. Tonight, after our racing here in the grandstand, we will have Confederate Railroad, the country band. They will be performing at 7:30 tonight. On Friday, we've got the OSTPA truck and tractor pull, so make sure you come out for that. And if you like to throw horseshoes, they've got the horseshoes tournament. That'll be going on as well. Saturday, here at the fair, it's here in the grandstand. They'll have Farmer for a day, and in the evening, Jesse Kelly Adams will perform at 7 o'clock, and then Caitlin Schmidt and friends will be at 9 o'clock. A number of other things that'll be taking place. They'll have in the Midway Entertainment Tent, the Whiz Bang Science Show, so you can catch that. It's the doubles tournament for the horseshoe tournament. Sunday, they'll have the car show that will be taking place. In the grandstand, we'll have motocross at 1 o'clock, and then the A-Bar Rodeo comes in at 8 o'clock in the evening. And then on Monday, the final day of the fair, you'll have a motorcycle show will take place. The Animal Magic show will be on at the Midway Entertainment Tent. And then the event that everybody waits for, that Demolition Derby, will take place. That'll be at 6 o'clock. We will have harness racing here at noon. We will not have those races on the on our live stream on the first, or on Monday. But that's a look at the schedule for the fair here at Van Wert. And as we told you, we got a full day of racing today. They'll be kicking off shortly at the Stark County Fair in Canton.
Checking some of our viewers today. Tim Conkle's watching from Florida. He's on the coast side, Atlantic coast side, close to Daytona Beach, I believe. Hello to Tim Conkle. Scott Carlton is watching from Bonnie Scott, Ohio. Watching from Vincennes, Indiana. Kay Moats checks in from Greenville. Becky Rolfus is watching from Fleck Avenue in Salina. Hi all from Bonnie, Scotland. Archibald Ferguson, as we mentioned, they're watching today from Iceland.
We appreciate everybody who does check in with where they're watching from. Always nice to know.
Robin Schmidt from Salina is watching today.
Well, unfortunately, this crowd just has to sit here as you do and we do.
A nice crowd. It's Veterans Day today.
While we wait, why don't we check out the Van Wert County Fair history.
The fall of 1855 saw the founding of the annual Van Wert County Fair. Earlier that same year, a local newspaper had pushed the Agricultural Society to host a fair promoting area farm development. Despite public demand, the first fair was humbling. The one-day event had one horse, few poultry, a pig, 2 cows, and just some artwork to exhibit. However, by 1857, the fair had become so competitive that land was purchased to keep up with expansion. For only $187, the Van Wert County Fair finally had a permanent home. In 2 decades, the fair had extended to 3 days, and admission was increased to 25 cents per person. A saloon, Wheel of Fortune, dance floor, and racetrack had all been added to the grounds. A $20 purse was given to the fastest trotter of the day. Today, the Van Wert County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing and include a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
So there's a little history on the Van Wert County Fair. Still waiting for the ambulance. The midway not yet up and running. I imagine that'll get going shortly. Midway usually starts. Looks like the midway begins about 1 o'clock.
Veterans Day, a big day here, and also Labor Day Monday. In years past, it was a humongous day here. At noon, they would have the thoroughbreds. They're kind of on the back burner for a while. Just can't. One year they could get the horses, couldn't get enough jockeys. The next year got jockeys, couldn't get the horses. Most of their jockeys probably come from Indiana Downs or at the Horseshoe over there. And when they have a day off like a Monday, they're ready for a day off.
Right.
They don't want to come to a county fair. So it's tough to find. They still have their starting gate, but the last couple years now they've had overnight events for the harness racing side of it. But getting back to the way it was years ago, Frank, at noon, this grandstand would be packed. This place would be packed for the runners in the afternoon. And then they would grade the track, and the harness would take over that evening about 7:30. So it would always be a big day at the Van Wert County Fair. But this year it will be back to harness racing. It'll be all overnight events. A division of the Terry Holton Youth Driving Series will go postward this Monday, along with a couple divisions of the Ladies Pace and Ladies Trot, sponsored by Spring Haven Farm, that sponsors the Ladies Driving Series throughout the summer. Big thanks to Spring Haven Farm. So there'll be a trot and a pace for the ladies this Monday. Our EMS has arrived, so I'm sure Bill will be calling the horses out very shortly for our second race of the day.
Couple number 4 in the second will pay $91.40. Number 5 in the first, couple number 5 in the second will pay $91.40.
Okay, we got Bill back, it sounds like. So we're in good shape now with Bill.
Just checking on the USTA web page for entries this weekend for Sunday at Richwood. Richwood is up. They have an 11 o'clock post, I believe, on Sunday. And they have 7 races. So
You're in town for that one, aren't you?
I will be doing the announcing this year at Richwood. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I will not be there on Sunday. I've got Canfield on Saturday and Monday. So the ambulance is back. Now it's just a matter of getting the horses on track for our second race today. And we'll keep an eye out, see if Drew Neal does make it here for the drive the number 2 horse, West Malibu.
Once again, this field of 6 for the 3-year-old filly pace. It's been a while, so we'll go through them again. $12,440. Robin Hill High, David Lake, Drew Neal slated to drive the 2, West Malibu. Cole Fitzwater will drive number 3, Hula Ray. The 4, She's a Legend, Ronnie Gillespie. The 5, there she is again with Hank Levan. And the 6, Sadie's Dream, Clifton Bell. And the betting public likes the 2, Western Malibu, at 2-5. At 5-2 on the board. Second choice is 6, Sadie's Dream.
I did not hear if Bill had called them out yet or not. Water truck going around one more time. The barns are off behind us to our left, so they enter the track just past the blue and white tent there. And it looks like we're now starting to get some horses make their way out. Here comes the number 6, Clifton Bell, driving Sadie's Dream, now making his way out. There's the number 3, Hula Ray. Cole Fitzwater has now come out onto the track. And they will parade from left to right. And a lot of times they parade right to left, but here they're going to parade left to right. 2 are on track right now, waiting for the rest of them. We do have 1 horse still out warming up for one of the later races. 8 races on tap today from the Van Wert County Fairgrounds. There's a young man down in front of us. He's got his Buckeye Classic catalog in hands, a pen. He's got his program, and he's got a camera. So you know, there is the future of harness racing in Ohio, right there.
Talking about sales, the Buckeye Classic, that is October 8th on a Tuesday, I believe, at Springfield. 380 some.
That's what I was just looking. 362.
Usually it's maybe 200.
But that's not even with the supplement, you know, so we'll get the supplement coming in later.
October 8th, Steve Cross's Buckeye Classic sale. October 8th at Springfield Expo Center. But before that, the Ohio Select sale, the 13th of September. Friday the 13th.
We just had the Blooded Horse sale this past week.
Yeah, Tuesday.
You know, rumor is Matt Clark has an open checkbook for the Buckeye Classic sale, so he is going to be spending big bucks there.
I've heard that.
He's not paying attention. Said you had an open checkbook for the Buckeye Classic sale. Oh, we're waiting for the rest of the horses to come out on track.
Somebody, Tim Conkright, wonders who owns the 3 Hula Ray. Bill Webb owns and trains the 3 Hula Ray. Tyler Smith is watching. Tyler Cook watching. Dan Bennett checks in.
Hank Levan driving here. There she is again. Is out on the track
Adams
now.
is watching today. Helen Bateson from Blissville, Michigan checks in.
Looks like we've got 5 of our 6 are out right now.
And it looks like I do see Drew Neal over there on the 2.
The one I do not see is the 1, but nope, now I see the 1. Here comes the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Here we go with the post parade.
Billy Pace, going for a purse of $12,440 and a blanket in loving memory of Norman Arlene Miller. Number 1 is Robin Hill High, all by Christine Kostasich of Morton, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring. The driver is David Lake. Number 2 is West Malibu, all by Doug Hartong Jr. of Adrian, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Drew Neal. Number 3 is Hula Ray, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance, the driver Cole Fitzwater. Number 4 is She's a Legend, owned by Tammy Wilcox of Hollinsburg, Ohio, trained by Kent Wilcox, the driver Ronnie Gillespie. Number 5 is There She Is Again, owned by Rick Kopp of Hillsdale, Michigan, trained by Kent Wilcox, the driver Hank Levan. At number 6 is Sadie's Dream, owned by Jeff Badd and Bill Webb of Defiance, trained by Bill Webb, the driver Clifton Bell. Horses will take one long score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes.
There you go. There's our field for the second here at the Van Wert County Fairgrounds.
As we mentioned, a 3-5 favorite. The 2, West Malibu. 2-1 on the 6, Sadie's Dream. If you care to print off a program and follow along, you can go to harnessracingohio.com. That's harnessracingohio.com to print your program off 1 hour before post time.
And Doug, just to remind everybody, we are now up on not only Facebook but also YouTube. We have all of our units now programmed that we can get up on both. I know a number of people had expressed a lot of interest and commented to us that they would love to have us up on YouTube as well. That way they can sit there and go to their big televisions, and that's what we've been able to do thanks to Matt Clark and the hard work that he put in getting all of that figured out.
We're also racing this afternoon. We just kicked it off at Canton, Ohio, the Stark County Fair, noon post time with 8 races. This evening, Matt Clark will be at Findlay, the Hancock County Fair. 6 o'clock post time tonight at Findlay with 10 races. 10 races at Findlay. Jason Settlemore from the Meadowlands, an Ohio native, will be giving you the call tonight at the Hancock County Fair in Findlay.
Jason's in town? I did not know that.
Yes, he...
I remember him telling me he was coming in to do a fair.
Yep. The story I got, he was one of his first jobs. He was hired at Hicksville as a 17-year-old, and I don't have the name. And Hufford's the last name, I believe. There was a Hufford in charge of the races at Tiffin. Had Jason come in and call some races. Now this Hufford's son is the director of racing at Findlay. So when they needed an announcer, he got a hold of Jason, and Jason naturally was glad to come back to do a visit. Is it Tony Hufford, maybe?
Anthony Hufford.
Anthony Hufford.
Yep, Tony Hufford.
And so Jason is there. He called last night. He'll be calling tonight. And I can remember as a kid at Champaign County Fair in Urbana, some of Jason's first race calls. I let him call some races one night at Urbana back probably in the 90s.
You said you could remember him calling races as a kid? Him as a kid, or you as a kid remember him calling races?
I can remember him as about a 17 or 18
okay. I was going to say, if you as a kid, I didn't think Jason was that old.
Let's go to Bill Peters. They're in behind the Mike Wipkenberg starting gate.
Here they come. The year off and pacing the first horse away is West Malibu. At the rail second is Robin Hill High. Up on the outside third is She's a Legend. Moving up fourth on the outside is Sadie's Dream. Between horses fifth is There She Is Again. And the last horse is Hula Ray. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Drew Neal has West Malibu on top by a length and a half. Pacing in their second is Sadie's Dream, driven by Clifton Bell. Pacing third is Robin Hill High, driven by David Lake. Fourth is She's a Legend, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Fifth is There She Is Again, driven by Hank Levan. And the last horse is Hula Ray, driven by Cole Fitzwater. First quarter was paced in 29 and 4/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that's West Malibu on top by a length and a half over Sadie's Dream. Robin Hill High continues to pace in their third with She's a Legend fourth. Fifth is There She Is Again, and the last horse, Hula Ray. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's Drew Neal and West Malibu bringing the horses to the half. Right there, a close second is Sadie's Dream. Closing in third is Robin Hill High, and racing fourth is She's a Legend. First half pace in 58 and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that three-quarter-mile mark. The one to catch is West Malibu. The closest horse second is Sadie's Dream. Moving up on the outside third, now comes She's a Legend. Back to fourth is Robin Hill High. Moving up fifth is There She Is Again. Now Clifton Bell makes his move with Sadie's Dream. She paces up on the outside to pour on the pressure on West Malibu. A close third now is She's a Legend. On the outside fourth is There She Is Again. And at the rail fifth is Robin Hill High. 3/4 in 129 and 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, now Sadie's Dream takes over on the outside. Dropping back second along the rail is West Malibu. Up on the outside third is She's a Legend, followed by There She Is Again fourth. As they race for home, that's Sadie's Dream and She's a Legend. Sadie's Dream, She's a Legend in West Malibu. Sadie's Dream, She's a Legend. It's going to be Sadie's Dream, and here they all come. Up for place is She's a Legend with West Malibu holding on for show. A mile in 1:59 and 2/5.
1:59 and 2. Sadie's Dream. Clifton Bell comes off the pace. The mile cut by the 2. West Malibu Man. 29 and 4. 58 and 2. 129 and 3. Track maybe not playing to front end speed today as it did the Tuesday night here. It's funny how from day to day how the variance of a track will change. Sadie's Dream, Clifton Bell for Bill Webb, owned by Jeffrey Batt and Bill Webb of Defiance. 3-year-old brown filly by Racing Hill. Out of the Real Desire mare, Cashmere Dreams. 6th win in 15 starts. Earnings now go over $32,000 on the year for Sadie's Dream. Purse of $12,440. Winner takes $62.20, 50% of that $12,440. Second, the 4, She's a Legend. Unofficially third, the 2, West Malibu.
Clifton Bell and
now moving
Sadie's
down
Dream.
the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Defiance, Ohio, comes number 6, Sadie's Dream. Owned by Jeff Batt and Bill Webb, trained by Bill Webb, and driven to victory this afternoon by Clifton Bell. The blanket for this race is given in living memory of Norm and Arlene Miller. Let's have a big hand here for Jeff Batt, Jeff Flippo, Paul Perdue, Mike Rescher, Clifton Bell, and Sadie's Dream. And to those giving this blanket in loving memory of Norm and Arlene Miller.
Get the rundown here from Bill Peters.
Here are the official placings for race 2 from the top. Number 1, Robin Hill High was 4th. Number 2, West Malibu was 3rd. Number 3, Hula Ray was 5th. Number 4, She's a Legend was 2nd. Number 5, There She Is Again was 6th. Number 6, Sadie's Dream was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 and 4/5. The half was in 58 and 2/5. The 3/4 in 129 and 3/5, with a mile in 159 and 2/5. From the top it should read 4:35.261, a mile in 159 and 2/5.
Sun breaking through now, some bright blue skies.
Yeah, I live 25 miles south of here. The sun was shining all morning. We come this way, 10 mile out of Salina, heading to Van Wert, and it was kind of cloudy and, a little foggy. So it's on to the third race, 2-year-old filly trot, $6,498. Drive by Tom Cincy Queen. We'll be back to take a look at this third race. 2-year-old Philly Trotters right after we hear from these fine sponsors.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and Pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins. Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Well, back here at Van Wert Fairground in Van Wert and Bell. Winner that last race, had a lot of fans watching. Marianne North from Mississippi is watching. Reeson is watching. Great job, Clifton Bell. For life, checking in, watching Clifton Bell today. So it's on to the third race. 2-year-old Philly Trotters for $6,498. Give me the ones kids faster. Rod or drive owns a train. It's a play by Cool Kids. $3,500 purchase last fall has 2 starts. Last time finished 5th distance was at Expel the one school is fast girl. 2 Cal Hank Levan and drives for land sales in Max Perry and Perry Cable Ohio. 2 Bailey with $15,000 to purchase. She's walked the hill. Has win 11 starts with 2 seconds, 3/3, 11,796 in the bank. Last time out was a winner at the Allen County Fair in Lima, 2:04-3. It was a gate-to-wire win for Callie L. 3, Eckerd Hill Addy, Rosie Weaver trains and drives. Heartland Acres and Rosie Weaver and Gabby D. LLC own. $25,000 Buckeye Classic yearling purchase. Joe Bay Phillip by Trumpet Caviar. 9 starts, a win, a second, 3/3, $9,468. Earlier in the year, 2:03-3 at Piketon. Last time out was 3rd at Hicksville, beaten 3 1/4, clocked in 7-4. The 3, Eckerd Hill Addy and Rosie Weaver. Greg Bateson, the 4, Tom Power for Duke Sugg. Joe Bay Phillip along. Tom was a $20,000 Ohio Select purchase. Ivan and Duke Sugg and Steve Massone of Deschler, Ohio. 9 starts, a win, 2 seconds, a third, 8,072. Qualifier at 2:01-1 back in June at Delaware. Last time out at Mount Gilead. Line to be announced at Mount Gilead. At Hicksville was second, timed in 2:07-4. Tom Power
Finished 6th in 2:11-3 at Mount Gilead.
5, Tom's Cincy Queen, Pierce Henry. The 2-year-old Bay Phillip along Tom. Chad Williamson trains for Claude Estel of Oakwood. In last time out at Hicksville, finished 6th, beaten 15, 3/4 lengths, trotted a mile in 10-2. The 5, Tom's Cincy Queen.
First, the 2 divisions going to go for nearly $6,500. You take a look at these. The only one that stayed flat over the charted lines that we have is Eckerd Hill Addy, which Rosie Weaver will be driving. Has hit the board in 5 of 9 with 1 win. That win coming at Piketon.
You know, I'm looking for Matt Clark to come back. I think you were busy, but he sat down beside me and he nudged me. And I think he had $5 to win on that horse. The horse paid $5.60 or something. He had the exacta, so he went to cash. I'm sure he went to get some lemonade shake-ups and some hot dogs for us.
Wow.
I'll be disappointed if he doesn't.
Well, again, it's one of those we work, Matt wins. It's just the way it is. I keep saying one of these days I'm going to get to a fair and just enjoy myself in watching the races. And not that I don't enjoy doing this, but, someday where you can just sit back, watch, not worry about pressing buttons and doing everything. This is a good field of 3 2-year-old filly trotters for race 3, field of 5 for the third race, 2-year-old filly trotters. Yes, so a few horses still warming up. School Kids Fast Girl with Rod Troyer just going by in front of us, in front of the grandstand here.
Field 5. I see 2, 3 out. 3, 2 more for post rate. Might have one on the backside. Got 4. We might have all. I've got 4 out. I believe need 1 more. 4 need 1 for post parade here in the third.
Nice breeze continues to blow here at the Van Wert County Fair. You can see the flight.
Maybe not to get as warm as predicted.
That'd be nice. They say today, maybe some storms are going to roll through Ohio, and that's going to bring in the cooling weather for the Labor Day weekend. Watched the last night. It was just the storms that moved across. We get any in Columbus, but they said it's moved all the way across Pennsylvania up into New York City and then in the New England region. Starting to now make its way onto the track. And we get the post parade. We're starting to get ready. Post parade. Mike Wepkenberg, the starter today. Warm-up horses beginning to leave the track. Had some young guys walking through the crowd today selling popcorn. Always nice when you have that. Rock Springs, they have somebody selling cool, fresh fruit down there in the grandstands. Ronnie Gillespie with one of his warm-up horses now leaving the track.
Now, you mentioned, where you at this weekend, Labor Day?
I'll be Burton tomorrow night.
Burton tomorrow
4:30 post, then Cantfield 11:30 post on Saturday, and then Monday Cantfield 11:30 post.
You'll be up there with Roger Houston, I believe.
Yep, Roger will be doing the announcing. Don Tiger working one day, and Michael Langer will be there the other day.
So, in years past, you have been to Richwood. Who's going to Richwood, I wonder?
Don't know. So here we go with the post parade.
For a purse of $6,498 and a blanket given in courtesy of Walmart for 35 years in Van Wert. The one is School Kids Fast Girl, owned, trained, and driven by Rod Troyer of LaGrange, Indiana. Number 2 is Caliel, owned by Levan Stables Incorporated and Megan Levan of Woodstock, Ohio, Max Perry of Mingo, Ohio, and Ed Perry of Cable, Ohio, trained and driven by Hank Levan. Number 3 is Eckerd Hill Addy, owned by Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Ohio, Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, and Cabby D LLC of Hudson, Ohio, trained and driven by Rosie Weaver. Number 4 is Tom Power, owned by Ivan and Duke Sugg and Steve Moss of Deschler, trained by Duke Sugg, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 5 is Tom Cincy Queen, owned by Rick Astle of Oakwood, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Pierce Henry. Horses will take one score and go to the gate.
Paul Sunderhouse checks in from Florida. He is watching today. Greg Bowman watching from the Greenville area. So there you had the post parade for the third. 8 races carded today here at Van Wert. They're back at it here with action. If you have something and you're in the area and Want to watch some racing? I believe is it noon or 1 o'clock post? I want to get that right for Monday.
For Monday at here at Van Wert,
Yes.
it is, I believe, a noon post. We have noon in the Huff Sky, but for some reason,
I would guess they
noon,
would go
noon.
noon post time. So
because then the Demolition Derby that evening.
okay,
So they'll
it'll
finish
be a
up
noon,
with the
noon
races.
post time here at Van Wert on Monday. Tomorrow, the only fair going on is at Burton, the Cuyahoga County Fair, post time at 4:30. Tonight, Hancock County Fair in Findlay, 10 races, post time at 6. Takes us into the weekend. Canfield, Mahoning County Fair, Saturday the 31st and Monday the 2nd, 11 post time each day. Fulton County Fair in Wauseon this Saturday the 31st at 11:30. Tuesday, September 3rd at 6. That's at Wauseon. Richwood Independent Fair Sunday at 11. 7 races carded for Sunday. Monday, Labor Day at 1. That's the 2nd. Marietta, the Washington County Fair, Sunday at 1 and Monday on Labor Day at 1. So a lot of action on the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Harness Racing Network Facebook page this weekend. So field of 5 have made their way to the Mike Wemkenberg starting gate. School Kids Fast Girl, Callie L. Eckerd Hill Addie, Tom Power, Tom Cincy Queen. Post time favorite at 9-5, the 3, Eckerd Hill Addie and Rosie Weaver. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call of the 3rd.
Here they come. The year off and trotting. The first horse away is Callie L. Dropping in there second is School Kids Fast Girl. Tom Power moves up third. Fourth is Tom Cincy Queen. And the last horse is Eckerd Hill Eddie. School Kids Fast Girl now goes off stride. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Hank Levan has Callie L on top by about 6.5 lengths. Trotting in there second, that is Tom Power, driven by Greg Mason. Third is Tom Cincy Queen, driven by Pierce Henry. Fourth is Eckerd Hill Addie, driven by Rosie Weaver. And the last horse is School Kids Fast Girl, driven by Rod Troyer. First quarter was trotted in 32 2/5 seconds. Horses are strung out a wee bit as they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time. That's Callie L now by about 4.5 lengths. Tom Power is closing in second. Third is Tom Cincy Queen. Eckerd Hill Addie trots fourth, and farther back fifth is School Kids Fast Girl. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Callie L bringing the horses down to the half. Now moving up a close second is Tom Power. Off stride third is Tom Cincy Queen. Racing fourth, that's Eckerd Hill Addie, and the last horse, School Kids Fast Girl. First half trotted in 104 2/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. That's Callie L along the rail of the lead. A length and a half back second is Tom Power. And now Greg Bateson makes his move with Tom Power. She trots up on the outside to pour on the pressure on Callie L. Third is Eckerd Hill Addie. Fourth is School Kids Fast Girl, and the last horse, Tom Cincy Queen. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. Tom Power sticks her nose out in front on the outside. Dropping back second along the rail is Callie L. 3/4 in 135 2/5. Racing around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Callie L along the rail and Tom Power on the outside. They're only heads apart as they turn for home. Eckerd Hill Addie trots third, followed by School Kids Fast Girl fourth. As they race through the lane, that's Callie L at the rail and Tom Power on the outside. Callie L and Tom Power. Callie L at the rail. Tom Power on the outside. Tom Power and Callie L. It's going to be Tom Power, and here they all come. Callie L up for place. Eckerd Hill Addie for show. A mile in 2:05 2/5.
2:05 2 for Tom Power, who set off the pace in the back of the leader. Callie L. Giro Bay Phillip, a long Tom out of the Power Play Mare. Power Wave, second career win. This a $20,000 Ohio Select purchase last fall. Is owned by Ivan and John Dukesug of Deschler and Steve Mass of Deschler. Earnings now a little over $11,000. 205 and 2 will be a lifetime mark for Tom Power. Second to 2, Caliel and Hank Levan. Third, the post-time favorite, the fan favorite, the 3, Eckerd Hill Addy, who made a break leaving the gate and was way back, finished third. And Eckerd Hill Addy shows no breaks. Bet down at 9 to 2. Now the odds have changed 9 to 2. The post-time favorite was the 2 Cali L at 1 to 2 for Tom Power. 3 to 1 on the board. Will return his backers roughly $8 for a $2 ticket.
2 others had breaks too. School Kids Fast Girl, the number 1, and the number 5, Tom's Cincy Queen. And like you said, Eckerd Hill Addy, no breaks. I mentioned that, and I cursed her. Waiting for your winner, number 4, Tom Powers, to make its way back around.
Greg Bateson gets his second driving win of the day. Won the opener with Hydroplane and Henry. Let's go to the winner's circle.
Coming in from Dishler, Ohio, comes number 4, Tom Power. Steve Moss, trained by Duke Sugg, and driven to victory this afternoon by Greg Bateson. The blanket for this race is courtesy of a man who's worked at Walmart for 35 years here in Van Wert. Let's have a big hand here for Steve Moss, Greg Bateson, and Tom Power, and for the man who worked for 35 years at Walmart here in Van Wert.
Get the rundown here in a second.
There are the official placings for race 3 from the top. Number 1, School Kids Fast Girl was 4th. Number 2, Caliel was 2nd. Number 3, Eckerd Hill Addy was 3rd. Number 4, Tom Power was the winner. Number 5, Tom Cincy Queen was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 32 2/5. The half was in 104 2/5. The 3 quarters in 134 3/5, with a mile in 205 2/5. From the top, it should read 4, 2, 3, 1, 5 on the bottom, a mile in 205 2/5.
The winner, 840, 220, 210, exact to $12. For 2-3 try, $15. It's on to the 4th race. $12,040 for the 3-year-old Colt Pace. 1 division, a field of 5. Hank Levan to drive the 5. Alex on the move. And driver Greg Bateson will drive the 3, Gold Chocolate. Bateson will be looking for his 3rd win of the day. We'll be back to take a look at these 3-year-old Colt Pacers right after this.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Back at the Van Wert County Fair in Van Wert, Duke Sugg watching from Montana. He had a winner that last race, so Duke checks in from Montana. Tom Power, Greg Bateson. Home a winner in 205 and 2 the third. So congratulations, Duke Sugg. Daryl Childs checks in from Kansas City. So it's on to the fourth race. 3-year-old colt pace for $12,040. A field of 5, started with the 1 Dancing Style. Mark St. Louis Jr. drives for Steve Novak and Jerry Meigel, a $12,000 Ohio Select purchase 2 years ago. 3-year-old Bay Gutted son of a Dancing Yankee. Has 6 wins in 15 starts, 26,517. 56 and 2 at Northfield Park. Last time out was the winner at Hicksville, 59 and 3. The 2, Blazing Elvin, Brad Schaefer, owns Trains and Drives, 3-year-old Bay Colt, Yankee Cruiser. 5 starts, has a third, $216. Raced on August 20th at Hicksville, finished 5th. Paced the mile in 2:06. 3, Gold Chocolate, Greg Bateson, who has 2 driving wins on the card, drives for Chad Williamson and Gary Gillen of Malta. $9,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. 3-year-old Bay Gutted son of I'm Gorgeous has 2 starts, has a third, $1,000 in earnings. Last time out at Bowling Green on July 28th, finished 3rd, paced the mile in 2:04. The 3, Gold Chocolate. Pierce Henry, the 4, E.A. Boyne. Russ Sunderland for Mike Baker. 3-year-old Bay Colt by Bit of a Legend was a $14,500 Buckeye Classic purchase. In 10 starts, has a win, a second, 3/3, $8,165. A winner at Chiffinham, 159 earlier in the season. Last time out was 5th at Hicksville, pacing a mile in 2:03 and 2. Rounding out the field, the 5, Alex on the Move, picks up Hank Levan as the driver. Chad Williams from Claude Estel. 3-year-old Bay Gutted son of Western Tear. 19 starts, 1 win, 5 seconds, 3/3, 13,203 and 3 at Marion. Last time out, finished 3rd, beaten 12.5. That was at Hicksville, pacing a mile in 2:02. The 5, Alex on the Move, and Hank Levant. Post-time favorite at 1-9 is the 1, Dancing Style, rightly so. Pretty much the class of the field. 26,500 on the year and has been to the winner's circle 6 times in 15 starts.
Dancing Style currently sitting 5th in points. Has hit the board in 8 straight. Has won 3 of the last 6 races. Really off to a really good year, closing in on that $100,000 lifetime earning mark.
So right now the points are very important unless you got a big jump on them.
And what's happening, you'll have horses that are moving up in points, but everybody else is racing too, so they're moving up. So it's still just constantly gathering points. Horses are making their way to the track for the 4th. Rosie Weaver out warming up one of her horses for a later race. Out there with Dancing Nova. A couple more horses will be warming up probably after this race and the next race.
And then the warm-ups
will be over. Yep.
3 out. We need 2 more for post parade.
The cloud cover that we have has disappeared. The wind has kind of died down, and you can feel the mugginess and the humidity really starting to kick in a little bit here at the Van Wert County Fair.
Currently 80 degrees here at Van Wert. And the humidity, you're right, 70% humidity.
You can almost start feeling it.
Yeah, I talked too quick here about 20 minutes ago, so maybe it wasn't going to get as warm as we expected. I was checking this area.
Jinxed us.
Yes. I know Finley racing tonight. I don't know, you mentioned rain. No rain in this area till Saturday.
Till Saturday? Well, that's
Till
good.
Saturday.
That front will be dipping down soon.
But be sure and join the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association crew tonight at 6 o'clock. About 5:55, they'll go live at Hancock County Fair in Findlay for 10 races. That is the Ohio Fair Racing Conference.
Plenty of time to get out and join us at one of our fairs. Stop by our location, pick up your Ohio Harness Racing County Fair passport. We'll give you a sticker, and every time you show up at one of our County Fair Racing, we'll get it for you as we get set for the post parade. Let's send it up to Bill.
Courtesy of Gibson's Barnyard Barbecue. One is Dance in Style, all by Jerry Meisel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. Number 2 is Blazing Alvin, owned, trained, and driven by Brad Schaefer of Bluffton. Number 3 is Gold Chocolate, owned by Gary Gilliland of Molina, Ohio, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver, Greg Bateson. Number 4 is E.A. Voyne, owned by Mike Raker of Fayette, trained by Russ Sutherland, the driver is Pierce Henry. Number 5 is Alex on the Move, owned by Rick Hassel of Oakwood, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver, Hank Levan. Horses will take one score and go to the gate. Mute your windows, closing in 4 minutes.
So there is your field for the 4th from the Van Wert County Fair.
Field of 5, 3-year-old colt pacers for $12,040.
Starting to see some of these races not split, going for the $11,000, $12,000 purses.
Especially later in the year, the horses don't make it. They go lame. They turn them out. And then also so many fairs.
So many other fairs, exactly.
I mean, you have in this conference, the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, we just finished, I guess, at Mount Gilead. And then they're here at Van Wert. And they go to Wauseon. And I believe Richwood is also in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference.
Wauseon's in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. Richwood is in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. Geauga, Burton is an OFRC fair.
So you have 4 or 5 fairs right in there. So
and then you got Wyandotte, Upper Sandusky coming up. And then, when we get into Montpelier, Delaware are also in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. And that, in fact, Delaware is the final fair of the OFRC schedule.
So if you've never been to Delaware or Jugette Day, those are great days to attend. But they race 5 days beginning on Sunday the 15th, post time at 1, Monday at 1, Tuesday at 1, Wednesday, right now I believe it's noon, and Thursday at noon, but most likely they usually move up to 11 if they card so many races. But there's tickets on sale. You can go to just the Little Brown Jug page.com or the Delaware County Fair. Great grandstand seats. I'm sure there's some available. They have a big tent in the first turn where you can get sandwiches in there. That's part of your deal. You get a program. It's kind of sitting in the clubhouse turn down there in an open bar,
over
I believe.
in the pavilion area, yep.
Pavilion area, and televisions to watch the races, betting booths in there, and same way on the backside, the paddock tent, and then at the top of the stretch tent. So a lot of possibilities there if you want to attend the Jug or Jugette.
You can get tickets for the grandstand, just sit there, and then if you don't even want to do that and you just want to stand on the rail, a lot of people will be 2, 3, 4 deep on the rail. Looks like we might have some sort of a delay here. Trying to turn the horse maybe is what Hank needed a little help with. Roger Wilkins out there to help.
Okay.
Turn number
Must be a bad turner.
5.
Yep. So Hank will
there goes
catch
Hank
the
Levan.
gate, probably just in time, and the rest of the field making their turn. So everybody heading in the right direction as Mike Webgenberg awaits this field for the 4th. Mike at the controls. The official starting judge, his wife Becky, driving the gate as she usually does.
And for those of you that don't know, Mike controls the speed of the gate.
Yes.
And then releases them, and then Becky takes over, speeding it up, and then gets it into position. So we are getting
Field
ready
of
to go.
5, Dance in Style, Blazing Elvin, Gold Chocolate, E.A. Voyne, and Alex on the Move for $12,040. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call of the 4th.
Here they come. They're off and pacing. The first horse away on the outside is E.A. Voyne. Down at the rail second is Dance in Style. Moving up on the outside third, that's Alex on the Move. Alex on the Move now goes off stride. Racing along the rail fourth, now taking over third is Gold Chocolate. And the last horse is Blazing Elvin. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark. Now Mark St. Louis is out and on the move with Dance in Style, and he takes over the lead on the outside. Dropping back second at the rail, that's E.A. Voyne, driven by Pierce Henry. Racing third is Gold Chocolate, driven by Greg Bateson. In their fourth, that is Alex on the Move, driven by Hank Levan, and the last horse is Blazing Elvin, driven by Brad Schaefer. First quarter was paced in 29 2/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's Dance in Style by a length and a half. Continuing to pace in their second, that's E.A. Voyne. Racing third, that's Gold Chocolate. Moving along fourth is Alex on the Move, and the last horse is Blazing Elvin. Coming past the half-mile mark, that's still Dance in Style with the lead. Still racing in their second, that's E.A. Voyne with Gold Chocolate third. First half paced in 1 minute and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Dance in Style. The closest horse second is E.A. Voyne. Gold Chocolate continues to pace third. Now Hank Levan moves Alex on the Move up on the outside fourth. Racing in their fifth, that is Blazing Elvin. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Dance in Style now by 2 lengths over E.A. Voyne. Alex on the Move is up third. Dropping back fourth is Gold Chocolate. 3/4 in 129 4/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Now Dance in Style opens up 3.5 lengths on E.A. Voyne. Alex on the Move is now closer third. Gold Chocolate fourth and Blazing Elvin fifth. As they race toward home, that's Dance in Style and E.A. Voyne. Dance in Style and E.A. Voyne. It's going to be Dance in Style, and here the outcome. E.A. Voyne up for place. Alex on the Move for show. A mile in 1:58 4/5.
1:58 4. Final half 58 2. Dance in Style, gate to wire, 3-year-old bay gelded son of Dancing Yankee. Steve Novak trains for Jerry Meigel of Westland, Michigan. Mark St. Louis Jr. The Fair's leading driver, the Ohio Fair's leading driver, Mark St. Louis Jr. picks up another one, 7th of the year for Dance in Style. Earnings this year, $32,500 for the winner, Dance in Style. 29 2, minute 2/5, 129 4, home 158 4, gate to wire. Pretty impressive for Dance in Style.
Down here, we have a second.
And here comes your winner back around.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Westland, Michigan, comes number 1, Dance in Style. Owned by Jerry Meigel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, and driven to victory this afternoon by Mark St. Louis Jr. Now Tommy and Chris Gibson are in the winner's circle to present the Gibson's Barnyard Barbecue blanket to the Novaks at Mark St. Louis and Dance in Style. Let's really hear it here for the Novaks, Mark St. Louis and Denson Style, and the Gibson's Barnyard Barbecue, the donors of the blanket. And now we have a second place blanket in this race. Pierce Henry is bringing E.A. Voyne down to the winner's circle, the second place horse in this race. They'll receive the DAV number 54 Van Wert blanket. And representatives of DAV number 54 are in the winner's circle for the presentation. Watch the horse coming there, Mike.
So 2 blankets being awarded. This is the special blanket for the disabled American veterans. Post 54, located here in Van Wert. Today, Veterans Day at the fair. Gibson's Backyard Barbecue that just presented the winner's blanket, feeding all the veterans in attendance today. They were hoping to serve about 300 meals.
Pierce Henry and E.A. Voyne, the second place horse in this race, and to DAV number 54 of Van Wert, the sponsors of that blanket. Watch going across the track here.
So there are your payouts.
240, 210, 210. Exacta 1420, try 880.
Blazing Alvin was 5th. Number 3, Gold Chocolate was 4th. Number 4, E.A. Voyne was 2nd. Number 5, Alex on the Move was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 29 2/5. The half was in 1 minute and 2/5. The 3/4 in 1:29 4/5. With a mile in 1:58 4/5. From the top it should read 1:54.23 on the bottom. The mile in 1:58 4/5.
Well, there you had the rundown for the 4th. 5th race up next, the Harvest Trot. Total purse $6,100. This division for $3,000, a field of 5. Signature Series Harvest Trot. We'll be back to take a look at these 5 trotters right after this.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
The Delaware County Fair, where history meets horsepower. Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime as the world-famous Little Brown Jug takes center stage. Witness the heart-pounding action, the thundering hooves, and the sheer determination of these incredible athletes compete for the coveted Little Brown Jug title. Don't miss your chance to be a part of history. For ticket and hospitality options, visit littlebrownjug.com. The Little Brown Jug, where champions are made and legends are born. Be there!
Welcome back to the Van Wert County Fair as we get set for our 5th race on the day, and this will be the first division of the Harvest Trot in the Signature Series. As we will have 5 will go to the gate. This is a race for 4-year-olds and up in our Signature Series. Total purse is $6,100. Purse in this race is $3,000. Want to thank everybody who's checking in. We've got people checking in from Kansas, Montana. I'm getting notice that our audio is not right. Not sure what our problem was with the audio. But every time we've checked, it seems to be okay. And hopefully that is still going okay. We do try our best to make sure we get it. I know we had some issues with our track announcer, Bill Peters, earlier today, but because Matt the Wizard Clark is in attendance before heading to Findlay, he was able to get that all taken care of. One of the horses to watch in this race will be the number 3, John Kineski's Stony Ridgetop. Has won 7 straight races and should be the prohibitive favorite, but right now at 5-2. I'll tell you one thing, Doug, if you want to take over, I'm going to run down and drop a little on Stony Ridgetop at 5-2, a winner of 7 straight races, not even the favorite. That might be the steal of the day.
Yeah, we're looking at the 2 Sports Bros. Donna, Mark St. Louis Jr. This is Speed Superintendent Roger Wilkins' horse.
And that may be the local favorite getting a little love.
That has a lot to do with it. It'll be a battle, though, between these two. Both of them, Sports Bros. Donna, have been racing at Hoosier Park and at Scioto. Been getting some checks. Has 2 wins on the year. Earlier in the year, 56 at Miami Valley, 56 over a sloppy track at Northfield Park for Stony Ridgetop. But Stony Ridgetop, after the 2 wins at Northfield, you go to Tiffin, Bowling Green, Attica, Hicksville. All wins, 2 minutes and 3/5 at Attica. So I'd say the 3 will be tough to beat.
And it's, in Schwartz Bros. Donna, it's been a while since she has gotten to the winner's circle.
Yes.
It was March 11th. This is one of those races that we've got a couple of 3 mares and 2 geldings in it. They range in age from 4 all the way up to 8. You've got horses that have earned almost $200,000 to other ones that have earned $50,000 in their career.
Yes, the Rose Run Vincent David Lake, the 4, 22 career wins, $180,000. The 3 Stony Ridgetop, $121,000, 26 career wins and $68,000 lifetime for Sports Bros. Donna. The 1 Earrings has banked right at $73,000. So a pretty competitive field here.
Track seems to be getting faster. Track record for the trot, 159-2.
Could be in jeopardy, but I kind of doubt it, maybe with this short field.
So we'll keep an eye on, or at least an ear on the split times that we'll get from Bill Peters during the race. Good crowd here in the grandstands today. I want to thank everybody who's come here. Now let's go up for the post parade.
2024 Harvest Trot. This is for 4-year-olds and up, a part of the Signature Series, going for a purse of $3,000 and a blanket given in memory of Gary Adams. Number 1 is Earring. She's a bay mare, 4 years old by You Know You Do, out of Ash Lake by Angus Hall, owned by Rocky Meadows Stable of Grable, Indiana, trained by Merv Schmucker. The driver is Pierce Henry. Lifetime earnings over $72,000, a lifetime mark 158 4/5. Number 2 is Swartz Brothers Donna. She's a bay mare, 4 years old by Coley's, out of Oakley Vanilla by Ken Workington, owned and trained by Roger Wilkin of Middle Point, driven this afternoon by Mark St. Louis Jr. Lifetime earnings over $68,000, a lifetime mark 156. Number 3 is Stony Ridgetop. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old by Wishing Stone, out of Ruffles Have Ridges by Tom Ridge, owned by John Kineski III of Pemberville and Patrick Kineski of Bowling Green, trained and driven by John Kineski III. Lifetime earnings over $121,000, a lifetime mark 155 4/5. Number 4 is Rose Run Vincent. He's a bay gelding, 7 years old, by an Away We Go out of Real Housewife by Ken Workington. Owned by David Beachy of Berlin, Ohio. Trained and driven by David Lake. Lifetime earnings over $180,000. A lifetime mark 155. Now, number 5 is Normally Stormy. She's a bay mare, 8 years old, by Stormin Norman out of Punk's Embrace by Super Punk. Owned and trained by Brad Schaefer of Bluffton. Driven this afternoon by Greg Basin. Lifetime earnings over $46,000. A lifetime mark 157 and 2/5. Those are your horses for the first division of the 2024 Harvest Trot. There's Win.
Kind of got fooled on the backstretch there with the same color saddle pads. Could not find the number 4 horse and finally tracked it down for everybody. So this should be a great race, a good field here for this, the first division of the Harvest Trot. Bill pretty much gave you a rundown of the horses in this race. Earrings with Pierce Henry, the number 1, is won 4 times in 70 starts, a 4-year-old mare. Schwartz Brothers Donna, the number 2 with Mark St. Louis Jr., 10 wins in 57 lifetime starts. Stony Ridge Top, John Kineski drives, has 7 straight wins this year, has hit the board in 9 of 10. This, its 50th career race for Stony Ridge Top, 26 victories. Rose Run Vincent with David Lake, lifetime 22 wins and 123 starts. And Normally Stormy with Brad Schaefer driving, moving in on 100 career starts, now at 94. This will be number 95 with 5 career wins.
And John Kineski, the driver of the 3 Stony Ridge Top and OHHA director, am I correct?
Former
president.
Sits on the former president's side of the director ledger.
Okay.
Yep.
Does so much for the sport of harness racing.
He has the little series that they write at Scioto Downs in his honor.
Yes.
For all the different OHHA past directors. They'll be adding the Scott Mogan there next year, I believe, as they continue to honor all the past directors of the OHHA.
Steve Bateson,
Steve Bateson, I think he had his own this year.
Did he?
Yeah, Scott Mogan's the president this year. Yep.
Okay.
So I think they gave him one, I think. I'd have to go back and take a look at programs. Popcorn Boys are back up in the stands making their
still waiting
sales.
On Matt Clark after he cashed those tickets.
Oh, he's hiding down there. I saw him come in and sit down somewhere
Lemonade
down
shake-up.
there.
Yeah, he's hiding. Lemonade shake-up.
That ticket was so big, he went right to the bank and then came back.
Matt will be making his way to Findlay here shortly, as he will be directing the operations up there tonight. I know Ashley Daly's going to be there, and I think maybe Trish Salisbury will join Ashley on set tonight at Findlay.
I believe you are correct.
That post time is 6 o'clock.
And let's send it up to Bill Peters for the call of the first division of the Harvest Trot.
Here they come. They're off in the first division of the 2024 Harvest Trot. The first horse away in the middle of the track is Stony Ridge Top. At the rail second is Schwartz Bros Donna. Up on the outside third comes Rose Run Vincent. Dropping in there fourth is Earrings, and the last horse is Normally Stormy. As they head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, John Kineski has Stony Ridge Top on top by a length and a half. Trotting in there second is Schwartz Bros Donna, driven by Mark St. Louis. Third, at the rail as they race down the backside, it is Rose Run Vincent, driven by David Lake. Fourth is Earrings, driven by Pierce Henry. The last horse, Normally Stormy, driven by Greg Bateson. First quarter was trotted in 29 and 1/5 seconds. They're racing along in line as they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time. That's Stony Ridge Top by a length and a half. Schwartz Bros Donna still trots in their second, followed by Rose Run Vincent third. Fourth is Earrings, and the last horse, Normally Stormy. No change as they come to the half-mile mark. That's still Stony Ridgetop by a length and a half over Swartz Rosedana, with Rose Run Vincent right there third, followed by Earrings and Normally Stormy. First half trotted in 59 and 4/5 seconds as they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Stony Ridgetop. The closest horse second is Swartz Rosedana. Still racing third is Rose Run Vincent. Earrings trots fourth and Normally Stormy trails. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark now, Stony Ridgetop opens up about 3 lengths on Swartz Rosedana. Now David Lake goes to work on Rose Run Vincent out of that 3-hole, followed by Earrings. 3/4 in 1:30 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Stony Ridgetop by 4 lengths. Swartz Rosedana along the rail second with Rose Run Vincent on the outside third, followed by Earrings and Normally Stormy. As they race toward home, that's Stony Ridgetop and Rose Run Vincent and Swartz Rosedana. Stony Ridgetop and Rose Run Vincent. Here comes Swartz Rosedana up on the outside, past the stands. Stony Ridgetop and Rose Run Vincent. It's going to be Stony Ridgetop. Rose Run Vincent up for place with Swartz Rosedana for show.
Waiting on the time.
Could be. It'd be close to a
A
track
mile
record.
in 2 minutes and 3/5.
Second and a fifth off of the track record. John Koneski, though, opened up with Stony Ridgetop. He kept looking over his shoulder to see if anybody was gaining on him, and nobody really was until the stretch run, but John knew exactly what he had in Stony Ridgetop and cruises to an easy victory, his 8th straight victory.
And
got to
you
be nice
mentioned
to have a run like that.
His 50th career start, his 27th career win, so he goes to the winner's circle half the time, better than half the time.
Well, and you figure he's won 8 straight, so, you go back.
Brad
8.
Conrad likes a guy like a horse like Stony Ridgetop,
Exactly.
doesn't he?
Take off your set.
So Stony Ridgetop will make the way back to the winner's circle. And here comes your winner, number 3, Stony Ridgetop.
Down the track into the winner's circle. One of the winners go. Coming in from Pemberville and Bowling Green comes number 3, Stony Ridgetop. All by John Koneski III and Patrick Koneski. Trained by John Koneski III and also driven to victory by John Koneski III. The blanket for this race is given in memory of Gary Adams. Gary was a longtime member of the fair board here and also was a county commissioner. Gary actually was the speed superintendent when I first started announcing here back in 1980.
Nice crowd in the winner's circle
Blanket
for
this
the
race is given in
presentation.
memory of Gary. Gary Adams also was a county commissioner for many years. Let's have a big hand here for John Koneski III, Don Hammond, and Stony Ridgetop, and members of the family of Gary Adams for giving this blanket in Gary's memory.
Stony Ridgetop went off as the favorite at even money. Get the rundown here from Bill Peters, and 3 left to go here today from Van Wert.
Another division of the Harvest Trot, the Signature
Here are the
Series.
official placings for race 5 from the top. Number 1, Earrings was 4th. Number 2, Swartz Rosedana was 3rd. Number 3, Stony Ridgetop was the winner. Number 4, Rose Run Vincent was 2nd. Number 5, Normally Stormy was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 29 and 1/5. The half was in 59 and 4/5. The 3/4 in 1:30 with a mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. From the 4, 3, 1, 2, 5 on the bottom. The mile in 2 minutes and 3/5.
Blanket in memory of Gary Adams. I know Gary, go way back with Gary. As Bill Peters mentioned, he was director of racing, county commissioner. He could also sing. He had a great voice, barbershop quartet. And he was a referee for many years throughout the state of Ohio, and a great ref. When I would call ball games during the JV game, I would go down in the locker room and talk to Gary when he would be getting ready. So Gary and I go back. He did a great job of building the harness racing program here at the Van Wert County Fair. So it's on to the sixth race, 2-year-old colt trot. $6,458, field of 5. And we'll be back to take a look at all 5 of these 2-year-old trotters right after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, a son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
Well, we're back here at the Van Wert County Fair in Van Wert, Ohio Fair Racing Conference action. It's on to the sixth race. Field of 5, 2-year-old colt trotters, second of 2 divisions. The 1, Sweet Harmony, Ronnie Gillespie drives and trains for Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio. $27,000 Ohio Select purchase last fall. The 2-year-old bay goat, the son of Uncle Peter. 5 wins in 9 tries, $28,000 on the year, $158 at Scioto Downs. Last time out at Greenville in the partial futurity, finished 5th, timed in 2:02 and 4. The 1, Sweet Harmony. Tom Moore Jr. will drive the 2, Dr. Speed. This an $11,500 Buckeye Classic purchase. Moore owns and trains the Bay Golden Son of Enterprise, 9 starts, a second and a third, 4,764. Last time out made a break at the 3 quarters, finished 5th, beaten 22 and a quarter, timed in 10 and 4. Number 3, Glamorous Pete. Drew Neal drives for trainer Rosie Weaver. This a $19,000 purchase. 2-year-old at Brown Gelding by Uncle Peter is owned in partnership by Rosie Weaver and the voice, Roger Houston.
Some other guy we know, part owner.
I've heard that name before, Roger Houston. Where have I heard that name?
I don't know, but picked up the win at Rock Springs. I have never seen Roger Houston move faster than he did to get out of the announcer's booth, downstairs to give Rosie a hug, get his picture taken, and get back up at the booth.
Roger is calling races as we speak in Virginia at Shenandoah Downs. So I'm sure he is tuning in. If you check in with us, Roger. We don't have the odds up now, or Frank or I can go down and put 50 on the Glamorous Pete if you send us a signal. But Glamorous Pete did get a win at Rock Springs, 209 and 2. 11,000 on the year for Glamorous Pete. 4, Wolf Cub, Mark St. Louis Jr. for Ryan Miller. Anne-Marie Deli of Florida owns this 2-year-old Bay Golden Son of Enterprise. Just 4 starts in its young career, has a win. This is a $15,000 Ohio Select purchase. That win coming at Attica 2 back in 2:07 and 4. The 4, Wolf Cub. Rounding out the field, the 5, Cheer Him On, and they're cheering him on from Iceland. A group of 15 watching the 5 cheer him on. Bruce Schmidt drives for Bob Eulenhage and his wife Glenna Schmidt. The Geo Bay Gunnison of Want the Hill was a $20,000 purchase. 3 starts, is yet to hit the board. Had a 4th, finished 3rd, but placed 4th at Salina. Fastest time, 2:07.3. That was the last time out at the Allen County Fair in Lima. The 5, Cheer Him On.
Probably late afternoon in Iceland, probably. I would think maybe about 20 after 4 or 5. Not sure of how many hour time difference there is.
I noticed a post from him a while ago. It was 48 degrees, something like that.
It wouldn't feel too bad based on the last couple of days.
We do have
Today
a breeze
beautiful
here right now.
Yep.
We do have a breeze.
Well, I'll tell you, if Roger wants to drop 50 right now on Glamorous Pete sitting at 25-1, he'd be a happy camper if Glamorous Pete could find the winner's circle for the 2nd time this year. And here we go, the post parade.
Full trot. Going for a purse of $6,458 and a blanket courtesy of Bare Bones Barbecue of Lima. One is Sweet Harmony, owned by Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio, trained and driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Number 2 is Dr. Speed, owned, trained and driven by Tom Moore Jr. of Napoleon. Number 3 is Glamorous Pete, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City and Roger Houston of Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 4 is Wolf Cub, owned by Anne Marie Daly of Esther, Florida, trained by Ryan Miller, the driver Mark St. Louis Jr. At number 5 is Cheer Him On, owned by Bob Eulenhake of St. Henry, Ohio, and Glenna Schmidt of Salina, trained and driven by the Quetzal man, Bruce Schmidt. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's Win, Place, Show, Exacta, and Trifecta wagering here in race 6.
Did Bill say the Pretzel Man?
Quetzal. There was a horse named Quetzal.
Quetzal.
Quetzal had like 90-some career wins, and a lot of them came here. This is back in the 80s probably, here at Van Wert. Quetzal was something, it was about like Doc's Boo Boo. Was bred to trot, but ended up being a pacer, and was a good one. There was a Boo Boo there. The mare was a champion. The dam of Quetzal was a champion. She might have been a world champion. Maybe at Delaware had an aged record, but somehow got mixed up. And I want to say it was by Pacing Boy that she was bred to instead of. There was a Boo Boo there, so. Quetzal was purchased at a pretty decent price by the Schmidts and went on. They had a lot of fun and made a lot of money with Quetzal.
And there is your number 5. Maybe when we get back around the track, the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate is in position.
There they are. They're watching us from Iceland. Can you zoom in?
There they
on
go.
that?
Yep. Here, let's see if we can get back around here.
They're watching from Iceland.
There we go.
We can do just about anything, can't we?
We can try.
There we go, and there goes Cheer Him On. Past us right now.
See that? Looks like he's enjoying a very fine beverage. Well, hopefully they got something to cheer about a little later in Iceland today.
I sent a text out to Roger Houston. I didn't get an answer back. Told him that Pete was getting ready to go to the gate.
And now down to 4-1, so.
Roger got a hold of somebody. Maybe he got a hold of Matt Clark. I know he has Matt Clark's number. I bet he did. He didn't want to let us in on that.
Tell you, if Cheer Him On wins, the locals in Iceland are going to be wondering what's going on. As we get set to go here with our sixth race from Van Wert. 2-year-old Colt Trot, $6,458 the purse. Win this, pay for another trip to Iceland.
Yeah.
So we are getting ready to go. Bill Peters calling the horses to the gate for this, the 6th. Let's send it up to Bill.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away in the middle of the track is Glamorous Pete. Up on the outside second is Wolf Cub. At the rail third is Sweet Harmony. Moving up fourth is Dr. Speed, and the last horse is Cheer Him On. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Mark St. Louis has Wolf Cub on the outside with the lead. Along the rail second, that's Glamorous Pete, driven by Drew Neal. Edging up on the outside third is Sweet Harmony, driven by Ronnie Gillespie. Fourth is Dr. Speed, driven by Tom Moore Jr. And the last horse is Cheer Him On, driven by Bruce Schmidt. First quarter was trotted in 31 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, now Sweet Harmony takes over, and dropping back second, that's Wolf Cub. Racing in their third is Glamorous Pete. Moving up fourth along the rail is Cheer Him On as Dr. Speed goes off stride. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Ronnie Gillespie and Sweet Harmony bringing the horses down to the half. About 4.5 lengths back second is Wolf Cub. Glamorous Pete continues to trot third. Cheer Him On now fourth, and Dr. Speed trails. First half trotted in 1 minute and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Sweet Harmony. The closest horse second, about 5.5 lengths back, is Wolf Cub. Racing third is Glamorous Pete. Fourth is Cheer Him On, and the last horse, Dr. Speed. Horses are strung out as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Sweet Harmony now by about 7 lengths. Trotting second is Wolf Cub. Third, Glamorous Pete. Fourth is Cheer Him On, and fifth is Dr. Speed. 3/4 in 1:30 and 1/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Sweet Harmony now by about 9 lengths. Racing second is Wolf Cub. And their third is Glamorous Pete, followed by Cheer Him On fourth. Dr. Speed trails. As they race for home, it's Sweet Harmony all alone in the front. It's going to be Sweet Harmony, and here they all come. Wolf Cub will get up for place, and up for show is going to be Glamorous Pete. Although it was pretty tight at the finish there for the show between Glamorous Pete and Cheer Him On. 1 mile in 2 minutes and 1/5.
Going to have to wait for the photo to see who did get up for place.
That might be a track record for 2-year-old.
What was the
earlier
time?
in the day? It was 2:03, Tom Moore Jr., but we opened it up earlier in the day with 2-year-old colt trotters, 2:01 and 4, 2 minutes and a 5th. We break it again. This time, Sweet Harmony and Ron Gillespie.
You know, it's kind of a bummer when you set a track record and it lasts for 5 races, and that's it.
So Sweet Harmony, Ronnie Gillespie. 2-year-old Bagel, the son of Uncle Peter. 6th win in 10 starts. $31,000 on the year for Sweet Harmony with $27,000 Ohio Select purchase. 31 for the quarter, minute 2/5, 1:30 and a 5th. Home in track record performance for 2-year-old trotting colts. 2 minutes, 1/5.
Well, we found Matt Clark in the winner's circle with the president of the Matt Clark fan club, Dalton Walls, who will be there to assist Ronnie Gillespie when Ronnie brings the horse back around.
I bet
Sweet Harmony at 4-5. Matt probably had another ticket on that one.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a lemonade shake-up now.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure we will.
And here comes your winner, Ronnie Gillespie and Sweet Harmony. Get the rundown here from Bill.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where one of the winners go. Coming in from Dundee, Ohio, comes number 1, Sweet Harmony. Hauled by Anthony Miller and trained to deliver the victory by Ronnie Gillespie. And Sweet Harmony has just trotted to a new track record for 2-year-old gelding trotters, breaking the old record, which was set about 1 hour and 45 minutes ago by Hydroplate and Henry.
Ink wasn't even dry yet, was
Thank
it?
you for this race is courtesy of Bare Bones Barbecue of Lima. Let's have a big hand here for Ronnie Gillespie and Sweet Harmony and the Bare Bones Barbecue of Lima, the donors of the blanket.
Haven't heard from Matt how the grudge match went between he and Ronnie Gillespie on the dartboard.
Here are the official placings.
So we'll get the rundown here.
At the top. Number 1, Sweet Harmony was the winner. Number 2, Dr. Speed was 5th. Number 3, Glamorous Pete was 3rd. Number 4, Wolf Cub was 2nd. And number 5, Cheer Him On was 4th. Time of the first quarter was 31 seconds. The half was in 1 minute and 2/5. The 3/4 in 1:30 and 1/5, with a mile in 2 minutes and 1/5. From the top it should read 1:53, 2, 4 on the bottom. A mile in 2 minutes and 1/5, a new track record for 2-year-old gelding trotters.
So it's on to the 7th race. 2-year-old filly trot for $6,398. A field of 4 with no changes. We'll be back to take a look at the 7th race, 2-year-old filly trotters right after this.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries open September 5th.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Well, we're back here at the Van Wert County Fair. We're wrapping it up. We're down to 2 races. 2-year-old filly trot, field of 4, and we wrap it up with a field of 6 going postward in the Harvest Trot Signature Series. 2-year-old filly trotters, field of 4 for $6,398, beginning with the 1, Dancing Nova. Rosie Weaver drives this 2-year-old bay filly will walk the hill, a $22,000 Ohio Select purchase last fall. 10 starts, 2 wins, a second, 4 thirds, $10,452. 208 and 1 at Wellington. That was back on the 18th of August. 2, Sweet Misery, Pierce Henry for Jason Hanna. 2-year-old black filly by Triumphant Caviar is a homebred for Kim Haver. 4 starts, a win, a second, 2 thirds, $5,262, 207 and 1 last time out at Hicksville. The 2, Sweet Misery. 3, Tom hands it over. David Lake for Steve Novak. 2-year-old bay filly by Long Tom. This is a $13,000 yearling purchase. Jerry Migel owns 4 starts, a third, $1,400. Made a break the last couple times out. Trotted in at 209 and 1 at Hicksville last time out with that break. 4, Dietz Lightning. Dan Venier drives. 2-year-old bay filly by And Away We Go. This is a $19,000 Buckeye Classic purchase. 6 wins in 10 starts, $18,702. 202 at Northfield back on July 26. Last time out, made a break. Actually, the last 2 times out, Dietz Lightning has made breaks at Hicksville and Napoleon. So that's the field for the 7th, 2-year-old filly trot, Ohio Fair Racing Conference for $6,398.
In the words of Susan, our penultimate race, as we slowly wrap it up here at the Van Wert County Fair. They will have harness racing here on Monday, so if you're in the area and you want to stop on out, post time is 12 noon. We will not have those races on our live stream because we will be in 3 other locations on Monday, and that includes Canfield, Richwood, and Marietta. So we will have the northeast, the southeast, and the central part of the state covered.
The penultimate, the second
last race. Thing.
That came from, Matt was saying the other night, Roger Houston told Susan that, and it was from the Meadowlands announcer, and I kept thinking, now it dawned on me, John Bothay, probably years ago, was the Meadowlands announcer. They've only had a few announcers. John Bothay, I believe, was there. Probably not when they opened up. The big name was there. I can't think of his name. It did some thoroughbreds. He called the races there. But we're on to the 7th. A field of 4. We wait the post parade. We got 3-4. We're all out. As you can see in front of us, the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Our official starter here, Mike and Becky, will be getting on Route 30 and headed to the Hancock County Fair in Findlay for 6 o'clock post this evening.
Realtor Elaine Wary. Number 1 is Dancing Nova, all by John Schleybaugh of Millersburg, Ohio, Walnut View Farm of Walnut Creek, Ohio, and Rosie Weaver of Beach City, Ohio, trained by Rosie Weaver, the driver Drew Neal. Number 2 is Sweet Misery, all by Kim Haver of Bellevue, Michigan, trained by Jason Hanna, the driver Pierce Henry. Number 3 is Tom Hands It Over, all by Jerry Meigel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver David Lake. Number 4 is Dietz Lighting, all by Venier Racing of Pemberville, Ohio, John and Leanne Saunders of Castle Rock, Colorado, and Schuberg Racing of Marathon, Florida, trained and driven by Dan Venier. Horses will take 1 score and go to the gate. Mutual windows closing in 4 minutes. There's win, place, exacta, and trifecta wagering here in race 7. Daily double wagering on races 7 and 8. Your attention to the barns, be getting your horses ready for race 8. And again.
So there you go. There's our field for this. The 7th here from Van Wert. Right now your favorite is the number 2. Sweet Misery, 2-year-old filly trotters. In fact, Sweet Misery, the only one that has not shown any breaks on our charted lines that we can see. The other horses all have been taking missteps.
Very well could be a wide open race. The 4 Dietz Lightning, the favorite at 1-2 with those 6 wins rattled off on the program 4 in a row, but the last 2 times out at Napoleon and Hicksville have showed breaks, so how things can change for Dietz Lightning. That would be a head scratcher if you was a trainer there. Rattle off 5 or 6 wins and then you go to making a couple breaks. Don't know if there's any equipment adjustments on the 4 Dietz Lightning for these breaks or
it is a pleasant afternoon. Once that breeze blows, it's really nice.
Check again, see if that it doesn't seem like a whole
no,
lot of
not
humidity
right now.
right now.
As long as that breeze is blowing, it's very comfortable. Nice day to be out here, sit in the shade. A lot of people in the stands. Some people still under the tent.
Humidity is dropping. I mentioned earlier it was still 80. It's down to 66, but that's still pretty high humidity.
Still some people sitting in the tent where they served the veterans lunch earlier today. They were hoping to feed close to 300 veterans today.
There's Matt Clark down the way. No lemonade shake-ups in his hand.
I know. Matt shaking hands, kissing babies down there.
Yes, he is.
Field forming up now behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate as we get set for the 7th of our 8 races today. Number 4, Dietz Lightning, moving right behind the gate, getting ready to go. There is a look at the Dan Veneer trained horse. He'll also drive today. Going to have a story in the next Buckeye Harness Horseman magazine about another horse in the Veneer stable.
He has a nice 2-year-old pacer, am I correct?
Yes.
He's having a very good year.
Really, Are You Kidding Me, I believe is the name of that horse. And the story's about that horse's dam. Was out in the field, got kicked by a yearling she was out with, shattered her leg above the knee. They were told they probably should put the horse down, and they decided not to and nursed the horse back to health and has produced 3 foals. So horses all took another long turn. Must be some long lines at the betting windows. See the campers on the back stretch. A lot of campers also when you come in on behind the grandstands.
If you look across the way right in front of Mike Wepkenberg starting gate, we have a tent back there. I know on Labor Day there'll be a lot of tents around there. They like to party on that backside.
It's right behind that pole, so unfortunately can't show everybody, but it's back there.
They even have their own restroom back there on the backside.
Hey, if you're going to set up and have a party, you might as well.
So the gate's rolling for the 7th 2-year-old filly trotters. Dancing Nova. Sweet Misery. Tom hands it over, and Dietz Lightning, field of 4. Wepkenberg starting gate is in motion. Let's go to Bill Peters for the call of the 7th.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away at the rail is Dancing Nova. On the outside, second is Sweet Misery. Moving up third is Dietz Lighting. And the last horse is Tom Hands It Over. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Pierce Henry has Sweet Misery on the outside with the lead. At the rail second, that's Dancing Nova, driven by Drew Neal. Third is Dietz Lighting, driven by Dan Veneer. Dietz Lighting goes off stride, and the last horse is Tom Hands It Over, driven by David Lake. Going toward that quarter-mile mark, that's Sweet Misery by about 2.5 lengths over Dancing Nova. Racing third, Tom Hands It Over. The last horse, Dietz Lighting. First quarter was trotted in 29 3/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that's Sweet Misery by 2 lengths now over Dancing Nova. Closing in a wee bit third is Tom Hands It Over, and farther back fourth is Dietz Lighting. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Pierce Henry and Sweet Misery bringing the horses down to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's Drew Neal with Dancing Nova. Third is Tom Hands It Over. Now closing in fourth is Dietz Lighting. First half trotted in 101 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Sweet Misery. The closest horse second is Dancing Nova. Racing third is Tom Hands It Over, and fourth is Deet Sliding. As they head down the backside now, Drew Neal makes his move with Dancing Nova. She trots up on the outside to pour on the pressure on Sweet Misery. That's Sweet Misery at the rail. Dancing Nova on the outside. They're racing head for head, nose for nose, past that 3/4 mile mark. Tom Hands It Over is third, and Deet Sliding gets into the mix fourth. 3/4 and 132 3/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Sweet Misery at the rail. Dancing Nova on the outside. Tom Hands It Over third with Deet Sliding fourth. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. That's Sweet Misery at the rail. Dancing Nova on the outside as they race through the lane. Sweet Misery and Dancing Nova. Sweet Misery at the rail. Dancing Nova on the outside. Sweet Misery and Dancing Nova. Tight at the wire between Sweet Misery and Dancing Nova. Up for third is Deet Sliding. A mile in 2:03 2/5.
2:03 2 for Pierce Henry and Sweet Misery. 2-year-old black filly by Triumphant Caviar out of the Broadway Hall mare, Eleonora. Homebred, Kim Haver of Michigan. Jason Hanner trains. Second career win, this a lifetime best. 2:03 2. 2 in a row for Sweet Misery. Winner at Hicksville in 2:07 1. 29 3. 101 4. 132 3. Home in 2:03 2. A lifetime mark for the winner, Sweet Misery. Checking our Facebook followers, Randy Haynes, a director of the Iowa Harness Horsemen's Association, and one of our fine sponsors, Cool Wind Farms, who helped bring you these broadcasts, is watching today. Randy probably getting busy for the sales coming up with his yearlings from Cool Wind Farms.
Current OHHA vice president.
Yes, he is vice president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
There is your winner, number 2, Sweet Misery and Pierce Henry.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, one of the winners go. Coming in from Bellevue, Michigan, comes number 2, Sweet Misery. Owned by Kim Haver, trained by Jason Hanna, and driven to victory by Pierce Henry. And Sweet Misery has just trotted to a new track record for 2-year-old filly trotters, trotting that mile in 2:03 2/5. The old track record was set last year by John's Baby Filly in 2:04 1/5. The blanket for this race is courtesy of CCR Realtor Elaine Wert. Let's have a big hand here for Jason and Taylor Hanna, Pierce Henry, and Sweet Misery, and Elaine Wary, the sponsor of the blanket. There are the official placings for race 7 from the top. Number 1, Dancing Nova was second. Number 2, Sweet Misery was the winner. Number 3, Tom Hands It Over was fourth. Number 4, Deet Sliding was third. Time of the first quarter was 29 3/5. The half was in 101 4/5. The 3/4 in 132 3/5, with a mile in 2:03 2/5. From the top, it should read 2:14, 3 on the bottom. A mile in 2:03 2/5.
So there you have it, the 7th race in the books.
5:80, 2:40 for Sweet Misery. Track record 2:03 2. Thought maybe it could be. I really didn't turn the page or look at the back to check because I thought it would be close, but I didn't think it would be enough. That's the 3rd track record today. We had 3 of them Tuesday night, so the track is fast.
Yep.
The track is fast, and we got some good horses. And Matt Clark's behind us. Do you see any lemonade shakeups?
He hits a ticket. He doesn't buy us anything. Then I see him get a blanket out there. It's Matt Clark Day today here at Van Wert.
It's the Matt Clark Day at Van Wert County Fair. Matt will be heading out shortly to head to Findlay. So it's on to the 8th and final second division of the Harvest Trot Signature Series for $3,100, a field of 6, and we'll be back to take a look at this final race right after this.
The fall of 1855 saw the founding of the annual Wert County Fair. Earlier that same year, a local newspaper had pushed the Agricultural Society to host a fair promoting area farm development. Despite public demand, the first fair was humbling. The one-day event had 1 horse, few poultry, a pig, 2 cows, and just some artwork to exhibit. However, by 1857, the fair had become so competitive that land was purchased to keep up with expansion. For only $187, the Van Wert County Fair finally had a permanent home. In 2 decades, the fair had extended to 3 days, and admission was increased to 25 cents per person. A saloon, Wheel of Fortune, dance floor, and racetrack had all been added to the grounds. A $20 purse was given to the fastest trotter of the day. Today, the Van Wert County Fair is a member of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing and include a leg of the Spring Haven Farm Ladies Driving Series.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Back here with one more to go for you from Van Wert. Checking our Facebook followers, Wendell Stoller, watching from Cookeville, Tennessee. He used to live in Paulding. He grew up in Laddie, Ohio. Dick Courtney checks in today from Rockford, Ohio. Joan Swick, give us an update. Don Irvine Jr. just won another at Canton, so Don must have at least a driving double at Canton.
I don't think Don's driving, though. Justin was... Yesterday I saw Don was in the winner's circle with Justin, and with a horse Don was training. I don't know if Don's driving or not right now.
Flip over here quick to see if we got any updates, results. Wouldn't want to give some information out there. It's not true. We'll check
we
the
never
US
let facts.
trotting.
We never let facts stand in the way of a good story.
Today at Canton.
This next one should be a good one. The second division of the Harvest Trot. All 6 horses have earned over $100,000 in their career, and one of them has earned over $500,000. Celebrity Pegasus has won $533,868 in purses and still going strong.
54 career wins for Celebrity Pegasus. A lot of back class in here. A lot of back class. As you mentioned, Celebrity Pegasus was 533 lifetime. 394 for the one, Time in Oz. We'll begin with the one, Pierce Henry's Time in Oz. 8-year-old bay gelding, Mervyn Schmucker trains. 394,000 lifetime, 40 career wins. 52-3 at Hoosier Park. 2, Celebrity Pegasus, Samuel Eicher drives, owns and trains his 12-year-old. 54 career wins, 533,000, $500,000 lifetime, 152 as a 5-year-old at Dover. 3, Republic Return, Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver. 144,000 for this 4-year-old, has 20 career wins and 50 outings. 156 at Sauda Downs. The 4, Oh My Heart, Taylor Hanna drives. 172,000 lifetime, 24 career wins and 69 starts. 153-2 at Sauda Downs 2 years ago. 5, Tulsa Bell, Mark St. Louis Jr. for David Lake. 19 career wins, 163,000, 154-4 last year at Northfield Park for Tulsa Bell. And rounding out the field, the 6th, Fantastic L, Hank Levan drives for the Levan stable. 23 career wins, $168,000, 154-4 last season at Northfield Park for the 6th, Fantastic L.
Republic return on the program has a line to be announced, Doug, for today at Canton. So I don't think it's going to race in Canton since it's here right now.
But looking back, Don Irvine did get a win just minutes ago.
Okay.
Gelding, 8 years old, by Lion Hunter out of Pandora Oz, by Prego Manalema, owned by Rocking Meadows Stable of Grable, Indiana, trained by Merv Smucker, driven this afternoon by Pierce Henry. Lifetime earnings over $394,000, a lifetime mark 152 and 2 fifths. Number 2 is Celebrity Pegasus. He's a brown horse, 12 years old, by Andover Hall out of Celebrity Athena by Yankee Glide, owned, trained and driven by Sam Eicher of Coldwater, Michigan. Lifetime earnings over $533,000, a lifetime mark 152. Number 3 is Republic Return. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by Global Republic S out of Fantasy's Chip Chip by Chip Chip Array, owned by Rosie Weaver of Beach City and Heartland Acres of Walhonding, trained by Rosie Weaver, driven this afternoon by Drew Neal. Lifetime earnings over $144,000, a lifetime mark 156. Number 4 is Oh My Heart. He's a bay gelding, 6 years old, by Don't You Forget It out of Peg of My Heart by Muscle Hill, owned by Jason Hanna of Marshall, Michigan, and Kim Haver of Bellevue, Michigan, trained by Jason Hanna, driven this afternoon by Taylor Hanna. Lifetime earnings over $172,000, a lifetime mark 153 and 2 fifths. Number 5 is Tulsa Bell. She's a bay mare, 6 years old, by Don't You Forget It out of Keystone Isabella by Majestic Sun, owned by Robert Beachy of Berlin, Ohio, trained by David Lake, driven this afternoon by Mark St. Louis Jr. Lifetime earnings over $163,000, a lifetime mark 154 and 4 fifths. At number 6 is Fantastic Al. She's a bay mare, 4 years old, by Team 6 out of Perceptive Caviar by SJ's Caviar, owned by Levan Stables and Megan Levan of Woodstock, Dharma Fall Racing Enterprises, Sylvania, and Ed Perry of Cable, trained and driven by Hank Levan. Lifetime earnings over $168,000, a lifetime mark 154 and 4 fifths. Those are your horses for the 2nd division of the 2024 Harvest Trot. There's win, place, show, exacta, and trifecta wagering.
Well, there you had the rundown as Bill Peters went through the field for the 8th, the 2nd division of this Harvest Trot, field of 6. Post-time favorite coming off the rail at 6-5, the 1, Time at Oz and Pierce Henry. Second choice, the 5, Tulsa Bell at 8-5. Pierce Henry driving to 1, looking for his 2nd winning drive of the day, and Mark St. Louis Jr., the Ohio Fair's leading driver on this season, drives the 5, Tulsa Bell, looking for his 2nd winner of the day. Field has completed her score. Starter Mike Wepkenberg awaits the Harvest Trotters.
And they will take another turn on the back stretch. But this is just
must be long.
Just a quality field of veteran horses.
And the final, I believe that the Signature Series goes on a Tuesday or Wednesday, the trot at Delaware. I know the pace goes for $12,000 on Jug Day.
Signature Series, the 16th will be the trot final, and the 19th will be the pace final.
16th, that would be a Monday.
So estimated purse, $16,000 for those two. These horses are gathering up points. You take a look right now, Stony Ridgetop sitting at the top, with 8 wins in a row, but you look over on the other side of the ledger, the pace, Surfing in the Canyon has 9 in a row, yes, I believe, right now.
So the gate is rolling. Time at Oz, Celebrity Pegasus, Republic Return, Oh My Heart, Tulsa Bell, Fantastic Elves on the outside. Full gate of 6 in behind Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. Let's go to Bill Peters to give us a call of the Harvest Trot.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. The first horse away is Oh My Heart. Down at the rail second is Tim and Oz. Up on the outside third is Tulsa Bell. Racing in their fourth is Celebrity Pegasus. Up on the outside fifth, that's Republic Return. And the last horse is Fantastic L. As they right straight now down the backside to race over to that quarter-mile mark, Taylor Hannah has Oh My Heart on top by a length and a half. Trotting right there second is Tim and Oz, driven by Pierce Henry, and Pierce is now out and on the move with Tim and Oz. Racing third, that's Tulsa Bell, driven by Mark St. Louis. Fourth is Celebrity Pegasus, driven by Sam Eicher. Fifth is Republic Return, driven by Drew Neal. The last horse, Fantastic L, driven by Hank Levan. First quarter was trotted in 30 and 2/5 seconds. And now backing out and on the move as he raced down toward the half. That's Pierce Henry with Tim and Oz has the lead. Oh My Heart trotting in there second. Racing third as they race down toward the half. That's Tulsa Bell. Coming to the half-mile mark. That's Pierce Henry and Tim and Oz bringing the horses to the half. Sitting in the golden chair second, that's Taylor Hannah with Oh My Heart. Racing third is Tulsa Bell. Fourth, Republic Return. Then comes Celebrity Pegasus and Fantastic L. First half trotted in 59 and 4/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is Tim and Oz. The closest horse second is Oh My Heart, and now Mark St. Louis makes his move with Tulsa Bell. She trots up on the outside third. Also on the move is Republic Return. Celebrity Pegasus looking for racing room along the rail. Fantastic Al on the outside six. All six trotters well bunched as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Tim and Oz with the lead. Oh My Heart at the rail second with Tulsa Bell on the outside third. 3/4 in 129 and 1/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Tim and Oz by about 2.5 lengths. Along the rail second is Oh My Heart. Flying on the outside now comes Republic Return as they race for home. That's Tim and Oz and Republic Return. Tim and Oz at the rail. Republic Return on the outside. Tim and Oz and Republic Return. Tim and Oz and Republic Return. It's Tim and Oz. Republic Return up for place. Looked like Tulsa Bell got up for show. A mile in 2 minutes and 4/5.
2 minutes 4/5. I believe that might be an identical time of the first division. Am I correct on that? 2 minutes and a fifth. Nope, that was 2-year-old Colt.
2 minutes and 3/5, I think.
Yep, 2 minutes 3/5. The first division taken by Stony Ridgetop. So 2 minutes 4/5 for Tim and Oz. Pierce Henry for Mervyn Schmucker. Rocky Meadows Stable, Graybill, Indiana owns. 8-year-old Bay Gelding by Lion Hunter. Second win of the season. 41st career win. Earnings now right at $396,000 lifetime for the winner, Tim and Oz. Pierce Henry gets his second winning drive of the day.
Waiting for Pierce to bring your winner back around. They were throwing out some T-shirts to the fans between races. Nice touch here at the Van Wert County Fair. And there is your winner, Tim and Oz.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Graybill, Indiana, comes number 1, Tim and Oz. Owned by Rocky Meadows Stable, trained by Merv Schmucker, and driven to victory this afternoon by Pierce Henry. The blanket for this race is given in memory of Larry Poling. Larry probably served as the speed superintendent here at the Van Wert County Fair longer than anyone. A long-time member of the Fair Board. And this blanket is given in his memory by his family, and his family is in the winner's circle for the trophy presentation. Let's have a big hand here for Ernie Schmucker, Pierce Henry, and Tim and Oz. And to the family of Larry Poling for giving this blanket in Larry's memory. Now the blanket for the faster division will go to Stony Ridgetop, who won in a faster time in the first division.
Get the rest of the rundown here from Bill Peters. Another great race, good finish, and we've had some great racing today, Doug.
3 track records today.
Not too
3
bad.
track records Monday.
There are the official placings for race 8 from the top. Number 1, Timonaz was the winner. Number 2, Celebrity Pegasus was 4th. Number 3, Republic Return was 2nd. Number 4, Oh My Heart finished 5th, was placed 6th for a left-on break at the finish. Number 5, Tulsa Bell was 3rd. And number 6, Fantastic Al finished 6th, was placed 5th. Time of the first quarter was 30 2/5. The half was in 59 4/5. The 3/4 in 129 1/5. With a mile in 2 minutes and 4/5. From the top it should read 1:42.635. A mile in 2 minutes and 4/5.
Talked about the track records. A lot of credit to the man in front of you, Roger Wilkins. His track was in great shape today.
Well, that's going to wrap it up. Roger, great job. 3 track records. Everything's going good. Big. How many races Monday? You don't know yet. Draw tomorrow. Okay. A lot of horses. So, and post time Monday is 12 o'clock post time.
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up from Van Wert, 3 track records. Join us tonight from the Hancock County Fair in Findlay. That post time at 6 o'clock. For Frank Frost, Doug Ballinger, so long from Van Wert.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.